when do developers go broke? And then this is not cringe because this is about my topic, TanStack Query. If they run out of cash, right? OK, so my topic is about TanStack Query in Expo apps. And just a quick intro about me. So I work in Norway as a full-stack developer. It's a consultancy. So in the past, I used Xamarin using .NET, native script using Vue.js, Ionic using Angular, and then recently Xamarin version 2. So these are my X's. I mean X tools, not X's, sorry. But I think I'm settling down now because I've found what I'm looking for, and it's Expo. So enough said, let's get to the point. This is not a data fetching library or an HTTP client library. This is a managing tool for asynchronous data. A proper term can be a server-state data management. TanStack Query, formerly React Query, became very popular not long time ago. It used to be just for React, but now it has modules for Svelte, Solid.js, Vue.js, and Angular. Let's get started. In Redux, there's single source of truth. We save states from users as synchronous actions, and we also save state from the data we get from HTTP requests, right? The spinner always shows when user navigates back and forth for pages that request data from an API. And this is me 4 years ago, working from home because of COVID. I was playing around React Query, the old name of TanStack Query. Then after a few days of playing around React Query, I started to understand that this tooling, the purpose is for server-state data management, while Redux and MobX are ideal for client-state management. So server-state is simply the data you get from HTTP requests or async functions. In Redux, the state you get from your side effects, it could be an error message or the response data you will get. So client state is your application state that comes from synchronous functions. An example of this would be user settings, dark theme, light theme, user profile from an auth token, etc. A cache can do so many things. Not this cache, by the way. So this cache, right, which I think is underrated in web and mobile front end. While caches can be implemented as physical hardware components like CPU caches, from a software perspective, caching is fundamental architectural pattern used to improve system performance and efficiency. Let's take a look at several benefits of TanStack Query caching mechanism. So we have automatic caching and retries, optimistic updates. Let's skip. Stale while revalidate. No more spinners. I'm going to explain this later. Background refetching. What else? Offline support. Prefetching. Query invalidation. Query deduplication. Custom garbage collection, time and stale time. Infinite queries and pagination. Well, I'm going to focus on this one. This is like a perfect combo. TanStack Query ensures you're fetching data, smartly, not overfetching, caching properly, loading incrementally, and then virtualize lists like flash lists, flat lists, ensures you're rendering smartly, not rendering thousands of components at once. So even if you have 10,000 items total, TanStack Query might only fetch 20 items at a time as needed. Flash list might only render 10 to 15 visible items at any moment. And then result, you have this fast, smooth, memory-efficient, infinite scrolling. So in this demo, I will do no best practice in setting up TanStack Query configurations, just features of the tool itself for readability of the demo's code. OK, so first is, OK, so we have the code here. OK. Yes, thank you. OK, I have the app here. Let's try this app. So prefetching first. What's happening here is I'm prefetching some of the links here. If I click this, you see that there's already data waiting here because I already prefetched it. This fetching here that you're seeing right now, fetching the background, normally you don't do that, right? I'm just showing you that behind the scene, it's refetching, making the data fresh, and you don't see any spinners here or loader. The data is already ready for the users, right, from the get-go. OK, and you can see here we're caching it. This is a TanStack Query dev tool through RN dev tools. I'm going to show you the link later, but let's go back to the code. So first is setup. It's just simple. Here's the setup. You create an instance of query client. You pass it to a query client provider, like so. And then you can set some default stuff here, like retry. It's already built in. I'm setting up for 2. And then I have this exponential back-off retry delay. So for a little bit of resiliency. Now let's move to the page. So this is a hook that you'll be using. You have this query key. Just like in database, you have this ID, right? So the database can specifically pinpoint which one is saved and which one to query. You have the function. This is your side effects, your service. I'm just putting here infinity for stale time, when it's going to refetch again. I put it here no, because this is just for me, just it will not change in any time soon. And I have here another one, prefetch query, and then I'm passing this actually to the link, the navigation link, like so. And I'm just stating here, just quickly, less than 15, just prefetch it, right? So that's what's happening here. Nothing special. It's so easy to create this prefetch, and now you have this improved user experience. And then, when you clicked it, this here, this use query hook, this is a detail page, by the way. The job of this is to refetch the data in the background. And if there's no data there yet, it will just fetch it for you, right? OK, done for the prefetch. Let's move to the next. Next demo is deduping. And my demo here is, you can see posts. You have 3 here. Maybe it's better in the web here. I think it's better here, deduping. And I'm just showing here the Zubir. It's a Polish national animal, by the way. Just to set there's like, I got the data properly. So as you can see here, 3 users, 1 post. And this post is actually being used also by 3 components, fetching. But since you don't have to do anything, the library itself will do the deduping for you, meaning if the toolings saw multiple requests, it's just going to treat it as one and then share the data, right? It's very efficient, because if you're not going to do this, you get this multiple requests as this one using TanStack Query is just one. Let me show the code. Because here, OK. So this one is use dedup query, And then the other one is just a simple fetch using actuals, right? But here, we're querying it. And then that's very useful, right? You don't want to, if you want to avoid multiple unnecessary requests, if you can. And that's easy now because of this tooling. OK, nothing special here. Just that small code that does it for you. Next would be polling. So I have polling here. Let's move to polling. Maybe let's change this to 3 seconds. OK. So TanStack Query also has this built-in polling for you. So I'm just going to put my to-do here, vacuum the floor. So I'm making this to make sure that I'm not going to forget this stuff here. Otherwise, I'm dead in the apartment. So these are my jobs. We're just going to wait. I think it's here. Let's do it again. Vacuum. It's pending. I think I didn't save it earlier, but here it is right now. Yes. OK, so imagine it's just automatically adding there. But it's there, right? Yeah. Or maybe we can do it in the other one. It should work. Maybe this is a sign that I don't have to do vacuum, right? Maybe I can just wash the clothes. Yes. Yes, so I don't have to vacuum. OK, so next feature here. There's so many, guys. I'm just showing you the top. OK, so next would be pagination here. So we can save the data. This is very efficient also when navigating using TanStack Query. Code would look like this. Oh, sorry. You can also see how I'm mutating it through here. And then for the pagination, I have this keep previous data, so we'll just efficiently reuse it smartly, stale time, after a minute, refetch. And then you'll see this bunch of Boolean. I'm using it actually for the UI, so I can navigate, right? Render empty state. So basically, yeah, you're using it for the UI itself. OK, that's what you can do with TanStack Query if you have a pagination. And let's go to the infinite query here, which is really good. So this is bi-directional, by the way. You can just scroll here down to the bottom efficiently, and then scroll up again if you want to pick it up. Everything here, everything that you're trying to do is recorded in the dev tool, the duping, the prefetch. So this is very helpful if this is open all the time. So how do we do that? By using this get previous page param, get next page param, subscribe, refetch. So max page also, it's very important, limiting 3 pages for memory efficiency. If you look at the docs of TanStack Query, it's straightforward. It's web. It's easier because you have this the DOM is helping you, the browser API is helping you to have these events. But in, for example, in flat list, you have to use the you scroll to index failed on end reach, so you have to do this also too, because the part here that it's kind of hard to perfect is that it won't jump to different views. So yeah, you just need to do some extra stuff here, and then reuse this fetch next page to the UI, so you can supply that for the UI for the users to use. So infinite query, very, very useful. Again, the TanStack Query is handling the refetching here, the data, so it's in the memory. And then, so smartly sending HTTP requests right on the right time. And then the flash list, which has a built-in virtualization, so that's the one that's doing the smart re-rendering efficiently. So I think I'm run out of time. So you also have this optimistic update. But since we're running out of time, we're going to move to the slides, because I want to show some things here. So in real world, I have this tooling here. It's Hey API. In my scenario, this is just recently. I have hundreds of endpoints already made. And then each endpoint has multiple HTTP verbs that I'm using. So this Hey API dev has a plugin for TanStack Query, Zod for validations, services, HTTP client library like Axios. And then it saves me, if you wouldn't believe, 8,000 lines of codes, because I counted it. So it saved me 8,000 lines of code because it wrote the boilerplate for me, the hooks, everything. I didn't write any hooks, like manually. The generator did it for me. All the hooks, the types, the interfaces, the services using Axios, the validations using Zod, 8,000 lines of codes. And it saves my customer a ton of money, right? Because it's a week's of work. So key takeaways, TanStack Query is not a data fetching library. Client state, for example, for client state, Redux, MobX, Jota, Sustand, etc. are good, but inefficient in storing asynchronous data. Server state, responsible for managing asynchronous operations between your server and client. Cache is very powerful. Use infinite query for highly performant infinite scrolling. And then resources, everything is here. You can take a picture, go straight to the well-written docs. I put here also Redux toolkit query. So RTK query has similar concepts. Both handles data fetching, caching, and synchronization. Both uses hooks-based API for React components. Also supports automatic refetching, cache invalidation, and loading state. And yeah, here it is, even the code itself here in my demo. Jinkuya. Peace out.